and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the Chilidogcast with your host, Fox Plays. Joining me as well, my co-host, SuperPretzelPunch. Say hello.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? And hello, Fox.
Thanks.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was... No, Pretzel! We don't talk about dumb questions here, because on this podcast, we talk about the hot, spicy... That's right, this is the Chilidogcast. We talk about spicy topics, and we dog the idiots of the internet. So, Pretzel, tell me, what's on the agenda for today?
The agenda today, we're going to talk about some gaming news, hot gaming news.
Ooh, okay.
Specifically the PlayStation Showcase, the Nintendo Mini Direct. I don't know how much there is to talk about it, but we'll talk about it anyways.
Okay.
We got a question from the audience about streaming and money and stuff.
Okay.
Then we got a scrub of the week, a very specific scrub of the week.
Yeah, this is actually a specific name. Yeah.
This is a specific person.
Yeah, he's a dick.
And then we're going to end on something positive, talking about Twitch and streaming. But we got a viewer question for you guys. Feel free to put it into either Fox or my Discord, your answer. The question is, what is something a streamer has done to convince you to become a member of their community other than being just nice and talkative? So a positive experience that a streamer has kind of given you that's convinced you to become a part of their community.
So, like, I guess if you want to be like super technical, what I'd say is I call these micro behaviors. So something like very small or something very specific a streamer did that you were just like, you know what, this guy sold me, and I'm going to stay around forever. Because everyone's seen this stream, but then they leave like after a day or two, or sometimes they come back for more. So yeah, it's just more those like very small specific behaviors. I knew this was why you slipped in. No worries, suckers. Alright, anyway, on to the news, guys. So I'll just play the news intro. Let's go.
Let's go!
Alright, Pretzel, what is on the news agenda for today?
Well, the two big things that happened. One was the PlayStation Showcase, where they announced not only the pricing for the two PlayStations, they showed some games. Pardon me. And then we had the Nintendo Mini Direct, which was their partnership direct, basically third-party games that are coming to the Switch. So we'll start with I'm going to start with the Nintendo Showcase, or the Mini Direct, because there's only one thing really that was important, and that was Monster Hunter game.
I didn't even watch the Nintendo thing. Like Apocalypse gave me a click, but I just didn't. You have to summarize it to me.
Okay, basically, new Monster Hunter that, from appearances, looks like it's somewhere between Generations and World.
Okay.
Kind of the best of both worlds.
Okay.
It looks more open world than World, or it looks about as open world as World. That's the big thing. That's pretty much it. There you go, guys. That's the Nintendo Mini Direct.
There's nothing else got announced. That's it.
No, there was a bunch of other stuff, like Disgaea 6, who cares? Rune Factory 5.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that's it.
Oh, damn. All right. Well,
I mean, there was like a rhythm boxing game, and then like if I'm not remembering it, there's not too much else. Yeah, there's like a new Square Enix 3D platformer.
Yeah.
Balan Wonderland is the name of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I was watching it with Mocha, and it looks very cheap right now.
Okay.
It doesn't look very polished right now, but that's pretty much it as far as the Nintendo Direct. I mean,
so just move on to the Sony one then.
It was literally 15 minutes.
Damn,
I'd say
rough.
A good 4 or 5 of it was Monster Hunter, which makes sense. Monster Hunter is going to be Switch exclusive, I think, though.
Interesting choice for doing that.
Yeah. After the first Monster Hunter, people can correct me if I'm wrong. So the first Monster Hunter was PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And then more or less after that, it pretty much was strictly Nintendo, maybe the Vita as well.
Yeah, that's right. There was that one on Wii U, and then but then the new Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, that's on all consoles and PC as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it makes sense to me that it's one of the things that I talked about like on my stream that's interesting about the Switch is like Nintendo for as long as I can remember, Nintendo's always had their portable and their home console, right?
Yeah.
And Monster Hunter has more or less been more, especially in Japan where it's more popular than it is here. It's more or less been strictly on the portable.
Yeah.
Because in Japan, more people buy the portable console than the home console. And now with the Switch, one of the things that's important that I'm really part of the reason why I'm really excited for Nintendo this generation is because now they don't have to spread themselves thin across a portable console and a home console. They got it all in one, you know? And so they can put all of their resources and all their creativity into one console and one product.
Okay.
So
that's it with Nintendo. Cool. All right, so let's just go into the Nintendo, so the PlayStation show then.
All right. Do you want to start off with the PlayStation? Things you remember from it? Things that you thought like I was gonna say the only thing I remember, you, but I figured nothing really impressed you.
It was just Demon Souls, which I was going to get anyway, and then I guess the fact they went from show to pre-order that day, and it's caused a lot of issues. There's a lot of people because we already knew that the PlayStation was going to have a very limited supply. There was no Bugsnax. There's no bugs.
No.
Actually, one thing I want to talk about, Demon Souls, guys. The sound design is terrible. I would like to actually show. I actually showed a few people my stream, but I have like a really insane memory of the Demon Souls sound design, and the remake. They've made the sound design terrible. So there's like no ambient sound because everyone thinks Dark Souls and Demon Souls are silent. It's actually not. There's actually ambient sound effects. And the enemies weren't very loud, and like the sword and the slashing and the clanging of the armor when he runs, it's way more subdued. Seriously, guys, watch the trailer. So watch the first level, and then watch like someone do like a YouTube playthrough of it, and you can hear it. You can hear it. So I do hope they do fix that up. But other than that, it was pretty. It's pretty insane that what's it called. Yeah, that they did the PlayStation, there's the price, and then went boom, pre-orders now. Because I actually spoke to my friend who works in retail, and he basically came into work and said, yeah, you got to do PlayStation orders now, and then all of a sudden it was all sold out. So yeah, it was a bit of an insane ballsy move by Sony, but I think it actually pissed off a lot of people. So who knows, maybe this might be Sony's first mistake in this new generation, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it feels like it's always that case with like console releases anyways. That there's always like this like mad rush for pre-orders and people can't get them and stuff like that. It feels like it's that way every console release. So it doesn't surprise me that it happened. I mean, wasn't the Switch that way too when it released?
I don't remember. I think only the Xbox One had a smooth launch because the demand's not there to make it sell out like crazy. No offense to Microsoft fans in the chat, but yeah. I think the Switch, there was issues with it. And there was Switch issues again later with when the pandemic hit and everyone wanted to Switch that day as well because everyone was staying inside. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think what else at the PlayStation Showcase. The most surprising thing, like we watched it on my stream, and the most Mocha pointed out the most surprising thing was the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. Like that they took time to put like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing in there.
I think it looks alright. I was like, I might give that a crack. I don't mind Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Like that I don't know. Like of the most surprising things that I did not expect like a Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Yeah, like on a main show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I don't know if there's in the chat right now. Dragon Dark. Oh yeah. How can we fucking forget? Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, that's why I forgot about it. I forgot about it because I looked at it and was like, I already forgot. Sorry guys. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I saw the Final Fantasy 16 trailer, I was like, I'm happy that Nomura's not touching it. Thank fuck. But I'm worried about it because it just doesn't look. It just looks like it. Honestly, thought it was just like a generic fantasy game. Like if it wasn't for the Ifrit and the Shiva summon, I would not even know it was Final Fantasy. It just looked like just generic fantasy soldiers fighting each other with magic. I don't know. I hope the game's all cool. There's no female characters, main characters again, so I'm worried the game's gonna come like a sausage fest again, like Final Fantasy 15. So yeah, we'll see how we go.
The things like that I noticed in it were like it's definitely going back to a more gritty medieval setting, which is interesting. And the combat looked very similar to 15, which I'm not excited about. I hated the combat in 15.
But I heard they rumor, I don't know if someone can confirm or not, they invited the Devil May Cry game designer to do the combat for it. So if it's got Devil May Cry combat, that'd be spicy.
They mentioned like crystals and shit like that, which makes me think that the story is going back towards a more traditional quote unquote Final Fantasy story.
Which should be fine. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
It's a wait and see. I'm still going to play it. I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I'll still play it. I still got to play 15 though, but yeah.
I just hope that this game actually has a complete story in the game.
Correct, yeah. Well, hopefully
Compared
without... Yeah, with hope of no Nomura, there should be a complete storyline. Please.
Hopefully, you would think
please, please, no more Nomura.
But so Dragon Dark, who is one of my community members, he's in your community as well. He was like, "Oh, I hear there's a rumor that there's going to be a Silent Hill reveal," and no, there wasn't.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. I don't think we're not going to see Silent Hill anytime soon. I don't think. What do you think?
That's why I don't listen to rumors. Until I see it in front of me, it's a rumor, and I don't care. I ignore rumors all day long.
Yes, it's also coming to PC. So yeah, 16 is a PlayStation console exclusive, but it's coming to PC as well.
Okay.
What else was there at that? Fortnite day one launch game.
I've already got it installed on my hard drive ready. I've pre-ordered Fortnite, man. I'm already ready for my flosser, man. I can't.
It's like the fact that they included that in there, and they're like, oh, we're gonna really excite people. We're gonna excite people. Guess what, guys? Day one, Fortnite on your PlayStation 5. Take advantage of those 4K graphics with your Fortnite.
I just don't get why they like. I feel sorry for the people out there who missed out on getting a PS5 because some little kid bought it just so he could play Fortnite on it, and he's not going to play any games on it except for Fortnite. So, but yeah, anyway, Fortnite Fox confirmed. There will be a Fortnite stream coming up soon, maybe. I don't know.
Day one release.
4K graphics, love that joke, love it. But yeah, I got nothing else to say about the PlayStation show.
Yeah, I'm trying to. They showed.
God of War sequel. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Oh, who cares?
Damn. All right. I hope they fix the errors of 4 and that 5 is gonna be a better game. But yeah, like, you know.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. They just showed the title splash. That's it.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, that's actually
There's nothing to be excited about. Resi 8. Yeah, Resi 8. It's interesting they're going back to the first person. I will say the thing that really interested me in the Resi 8 trailer was the narrative framework that they used, using that like Coraline style fairy tale to kind of act as like a narrative framework. Was very, very interesting. So I'm hoping that they kind of that they explore different storytelling methods in this game. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's good. Who knows, though? Again, it's one of those things. It's scripted trailers, very little actual gameplay.
Yeah, I can't be excited until. But yeah, anyway.
No. Oh yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's more Spider-Man. If you like it, then you'll like it. I mean, what else is there to say about that?
Nothing. I got nothing. It has Outlast 2 vibes, or I hope it doesn't.
I hope it doesn't. No.
Yeah. Please, Outlast, do not touch Resident Evil.
No.
Please, no.
Anything else?
No, that's about it. Are you guys going to talk about Spider-Man Horizon being PS4 games? Oh, I didn't even know that. Is it? So they're coming to PS4 as well? Well, there's going to be a lot of, like, I think there's going to be a lot of, I think this generation, this is my last point I was going to say, I think this generation, it's going to be that awkward phase as well. When the PS4 came out, I remember I didn't buy it for ages because I was like, what's the point? Because every single game that was on PS4 was on PS3, with, you know, and it was only like, I literally bought the PS4 the day one when Bloodborne came out, because yeah, everything that was on PS4 was just like not that special. So I got a feeling it's going to happen again this generation with the PS5 to PS4 overlaps. Is going to be like, there's going to be like nothing special until like maybe a year and a half in, when they start being a little bit more unique and they start phasing out the PS4. Same with obviously the Xbox as well. I should mention Xbox too, but yeah,
yeah. I mean, that happens every console release. There's always a 1 or 2 year overlap.
Not the Super Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I mean, like, what was the first big exclusive that you couldn't get on PS3 for PS4 was like Order 1886 or something like that.
Oh, rest in peace, that poor game.
Yeah, fuck that. Who cares? Yeah. I mean, there you go. PlayStation Direct.
Done. That's going to be my first PS5 play. It's going to be between Demon's Souls and Bugsnax for me. Absolutely.
Bugsnax, fuck yeah.
All right. Cool. Pretzel, what's our next topic?
We are going to answer a question from the audience.
No worries. Let me just find the viewer. Where is the viewer? There we go. So, Pretzel, what is the question for you and me?
All right, so the question is from Monk of the Vampire, and it is, I'm kind of reworking what she asked.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, what are your thoughts on streamers that spend time, effort, and money on equipment, alerts, etc., while still growing? When should you invest money and time into it? And basically, when are you putting too much of that into your stream?
Okay, cool. I like that question. So I think there is a minimum. The minimum is that if you're streaming on, if you're a console streamer, that you have a capture card and you've got a PC that can run the capture card. The inbuilt streaming service on the Xbox and PlayStation, it's okay, but there's just so many things you can't do due to the way Twitch works and the integration in that. So I don't recommend that at all. If you want to do it, go for it. But I'm just warning you, just don't. Just get a capture card. So that's the minimum. Obviously, if you're a PC streamer, if you're playing like a beefy game, you probably want a pretty decent rig to run it, and you want a webcam. I think webcam is a minimum. It's on it. Like I remember I talked to someone about what was I say about webcam? Some streamers don't have webcams. I do think you really need it because if you don't have a webcam, how are you meant to connect with the viewer? Like if I talk right now and I block my face, you can't see any inflection in my voice, or you can hear the inflection. You can't see my personality. You can't see the way I connect in the game. I know some people don't have a webcam. They do okay. There's always the exception to the rule, but I think you are doing yourself a disservice by not having a webcam. Good audio. Yes, Cass, thank you. Good audio is like probably actually the most important thing because you can watch a half-ass stream, not half-ass stream, like a half-ass quality. So it's like 360p, whatever. That's fine, but you do need the audio quality. If there's like a ruffle or a fuzzy or like I don't know, you can hear your next door neighbor getting shot, or someone screaming at you or something like that. You need to make sure that sounds good. You don't have any crackling. You don't have any fuzziness. Because there's some people who don't watch Twitch at all. Yeah, I know, right? There's some people who don't put you on their main TV in their bedroom to watch you. They'll be listening to you because they're at work. They're at work. So if the audio sounds crap, you're gonna tune out. So I think audio is number one, video is number two. That's the bare minimum, and then obviously the console and the PC and that. When it comes to this is where the question mainly was about people who spend too much money on streaming, wasn't it? So
yeah, it was basically like people, and I'm expanding it because Mocha asked specifically about money, but I'm asking maybe things that don't cost money but are like time and effort, like how much time you're spending putting up like building and new alerts and like new overlays and all this other stuff, right?
yeah,
So I'm including time as well.
okay. So you guys know my opinion on people streaming. I do believe that not everyone should stream. Not everyone can be a streamer. It's already like hard enough to be successful at it as it is. So you gotta be realistic to yourself that you've got to do your stream. It's okay to try it out. I think like that's why I said like the bare minimum is just a capture card audio because most people can get a webcam. Webcams aren't that expensive. Most people already have a webcam already. Same with the microphone. Microphone might be a bit more trickier, but microphone's like what, 200 Australian dollars. So that's that. But then when it comes to bettering the stream itself, sometimes you just need to work on your personality. I know it sounds rude. I mean it rude. You need to work on your personality. So, I'll give you this is the biggest example ever. There's this one streamer. I will not name names, but he is garbage. He is one of the worst streams I've ever watched. He's so boring. He has no personality, no nothing. He once came to my stream and he asked me, "Oh, what should I'm doing this weekend to update my bid alerts and do this and do that." And I said to him, "Who is going to give you bits if your personality isn't there to get to that level?" It was just so stupid. Like, and I watch his streams, and there used to be a lot of people that used to pity lurk him and sometimes lurk him and watch him and sometimes, and his views went from like 4 to 5 down to 1. And that one view is probably just me going, just me shaking my head going, stop. Like
you could at least watch him incognito so you don't actually show up in his viewers list.
Oh, I didn't think about that shit. All right.
I do that for people. I'll freely admit, I'll incognito some streams of people that I don't like just to see how they're doing. Because I don't want my actual name in their viewer list or anything.
Yeah. Apocalypse capture card, what's the minimum? Capture cards... Oh, I don't even know how much they are because they keep going up and down price due to demand and stuff. I think it's like you're Australian, so
HD60 is what, like 100?
I'm converted to Australian dollars from. I think it's about 150 Apocalypse.
I went overboard on mine.
Don't get the 4K one. You don't need it.
No. I got the which one did I get? I'll just go ahead and talk.
So Apocalypse, I've got is that HD60S Pro, the one that plugs into the computer's motherboard? That one's like $300, but I got it lucky on Gumtree for 180. So
yes, this is the one I got, the StarTech.com, which most people haven't heard of.
StarTech.com for all your StarTech needs.
So it's USB 3, but it comes with S-Video, DVI/VGA, and HDMI.
Okay.
So, but it's also $250.
Yeah.
So, not necessary to spend that much.
So yeah, when it comes to streaming, you gotta look at it. If you're gonna take it, if you're going to a stream and you're gonna take this super seriously, absolutely go crazy with the money. But I think first things first, get the bare minimum, which is a good mic, a good camera, your PC, and your capture card for your console. If you're gonna go console route, stream, give it a try. If you're enjoying it, if you're growing, if people are coming by and not pity lurking, actually watching you and engaging with you because they like your stuff, then absolutely keep streaming. But if you're going to a stream and it's just sucking, because remember guys, I had a very very average stream. I used to stream off the console on the PS4. I used to stream off the console back on the YouTube days, and I guess I had the self-belief that I'm an okay streamer, that in fact I had people coming back, people enjoying it, and it was okay. So then I was like, alright, time to go to the next level. That's when I got a better webcam. That's when I got the better capture card for the PC and that. That's when I went this and that. But if you've got like... There's another stream I'm going to call out. I'm not going to call his name. There's another guy, I know him. His personality is not very good. He's just so abrasive, so rude. So he doesn't know how to connect with people and stuff like that. So when his streams had like 2 viewers and I was one of his viewers, let's just say that, eventually he like dropped out, came back to stream like a month later because he spent 4K on a PC, 4,000 Australian dollars, and he's like, yeah, now my stream is like silky smooth and that. Anyway, he starts to stream. Guess what? He's back to 1 to 2 viewers because he took such a long break, and he hasn't fixed the personality. His personality is still aggressive and that, and he's never going to go anywhere. And he's going to think, man, I just bought all this money on this PC, and like no one's watching my stream. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like fix your personality first, please, for the love of God. Like there's nothing wrong with trying streaming out for a month or 2, but please be realistic. If you're not growing, if people are actually there to watch you, not pity lurking you, like just don't. There's nothing wrong with that. I've quit so many. You have no idea how many business ventures I've quit because it just wasn't for me. I've done self-employed mortgage broking. I've worked in real estate. I've worked in what else did I work in? Oh, I forgot. I've changed engineering degree to a real estate degree. I've done so many
Prostitution.
things. Straight prostitution was bad. Gay prostitution was a lot more fun for me. It was more enjoyable.
Yeah, of course.
So you please be realistic. There's nothing wrong with going, you know what, this is not for me. I'm going to quit and do something else. And
to add on to that, like the thing. So as far as like actually spending money, I have seen streamers that like they spend way more money than they need to on equipment and shit for a stream that doesn't even get double digits often. People that have gotten like Go XLRs and like DSLR cameras and dual PC setups and shit like that. And like, the thing is, like, you cannot buy your way to success on this platform.
No.
You just can't spend money and get it, right?
No.
This webcam that I'm on right now, the only reason I upgraded is because I've been streaming for an entire year, and I finally made enough during a Twitch payout that I could just justify getting a new camera. And that took a year, right? This microphone is only 3 or 4 months old now, and like I was using a cheap one up until then. But the thing is, like, it really is about personality. And just kind of add on about what you talked about, like, there is nothing wrong. Like, here's the thing. Like, it's not even so much like if you're not good at streaming because your personality doesn't match streaming, that means you have a bad personality. No, that's not what we're talking about. What we're saying is, I'm assuming what you're saying is, you just don't have a personality for Twitch.
Yeah.
That's completely different, right? It's like, it's no different. I think of it like, even if you're not like funny or anything like that, being on Twitch is almost like being a comedian or doing a stand-up or doing improv. And like, just not everyone's good at it, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why there's certain stand-up comedians that do better than others, right?
Correct.
Just go to any amateur night. Not everyone that goes up to an amateur stand-up night deserves, you know, laughter and success and stuff like that.
Yeah. You don't deserve success just for just showing up.
No, absolutely not.
Change your mind. This is the mindset I always say. Twitch is like busking on the street. All right? If you're a shit performer that's just like playing with a xylophone, like banging the thing and nothing's happening, someone might come by and give you $1 or $2 but walk away. You need to be that entertaining busker, because what happens is you're going to have a lot of people that come by and watch for free. You're going to get those couple of people that go, I really like this guy's content, I'm going to subscribe and stay around and spread the word and whatnot. Then you have those people that just support you. They haven't got the money to, but they love you. They want to be around you. They enjoy your content. They'll spread the word. And then you've got that one, 2 or 3 crazy viewers that just help you just get to that next level. Either they're crazy donations or what's a busker? What's the American term for a person that performs music on the side?
We call them buskers.
All right,
like a street performer.
All right, there you go. Street performer.
Street
performer, but not a prostitute. It's like a whiz.
No, not a fox. Not a fox.
Yeah, not a fox. Official. Yeah. So this is the mindset to have. Okay. And like what Pretzel said, just because you're streaming, and it's not like your personality is bad, it's just not suitable for this job. And like, don't force yourself to do something that's you're not suitable at. Like, I'm not.
No.
There's heaps of things I've done in life that I've quit out because it just wasn't for me. And there's nothing wrong with going, you know what, this is not for me. And you kind of work it out. And like, people always ask me, and guys, this is what I do for Twitch, all right? I work full time, 9 to 5. I've got work in literally 9 hours, and I stream full time. And I wake up and I go to my job. I'm dead tired. I go to my job. I do my job, and then I go stream afterwards. I enjoy it. It's the highlight of my day. I could be feeling sad and shit, but I just put on a happy face, and I turn my stream on and I enjoy it. So you need to have that mindset as well. Like, number one, no one owes you anything. So like, just because you spent those sweet money to get that RTX whatever 3080 card or whatever, and just because you've got the best of everything, it does not matter. No one owes you shit. So you've got to. So the first step is like, make sure you have the bare minimum for equipment requirements. Focus on your personality. See how you go. Give it a try, but don't be afraid to be like, this is not for me, or you can you've got to improve yourself. You've got to absolutely improve yourself. You've got to make your craft different. Remember, guys, there's a new streamer every day on Twitch. Don't forget that. Every day a new person goes, I'm going to stream. It's easy. So please listen.
Yeah, like, here's the thing, like, scale up your equipment and your time and your effort with success. Don't spend time and money on shit thinking that because I'm spending time and money on it, that's going to cause success.
Correct.
Like, a lot of people, I think, have it backwards, right? Like, you don't go out and buy like the most expensive equipment or create all these commission all these fancy alerts and shit, hoping that that's going to trigger success. No, you get success based on your personality and your content, and then you scale up along with it.
Hmm.
Don't give up. No, give up. If you're not doing well, give up. Honestly, especially I don't think that that's the right mindset. Honestly,
Yeah, you got to find it. It's gonna be like streaming's attached to your values. If like one of my core values of me as a human being is I love experiencing and experiencing new stuff. This is why I'm always playing new games. I'm really passionate about showing new gaming experiences out there. This is why I played that Welcome to Elk game, and everyone loved it that was watching it, and there was like, this is an interesting game. I was like, thank you. This is what I love to do.
and
So
when I say give up, what I'm saying is if you're not experiencing success and you're not gaining any actual enjoyment out of it, then don't keep doing it. Like, and if it's obviously not working, then don't keep doing it. You know, I don't know. How do you feel, Fox, about that?
I don't know.
I don't like this. I don't like this mindset of like, you know, oh well, just keep, if it's not working, just keep going at it. Just keep going at it. Just keep going at it.
Yeah, I'm with you there as well. It's hard to say it in a nice way, but like I'm trying to give an analogy. If you worked at a job that you hated your boss, and you hated this and you hated that, the average person would go, all right, time to find a new job. Right?
Yeah.
So I've done that. I hated some of my jobs, so I got a new job. You got to be realistic. Like if there was like maybe the boss was nicer, I'd stay. I probably wouldn't stay around anyway because I don't like the job.
Yeah.
It just depends. So if you're not having fun, and like if you imagine, just I always do this. Visualize this, all right? Imagine if you started a stream, close your eyes, and you had one viewer for a whole year. One viewer for the whole year, and then open your eyes. Would you be happy with that?
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing. Okay, so here's another thing that, like, everyone is like, "Oh, I'm just streaming for fun, and it's just, and the numbers don't really matter." I'm sure there's some people that believe that. I believe 90% of people don't actually believe that.
Yeah.
When they're by themselves with their own thoughts, they know the numbers matter. They know they matter. They really think about it. And it bothers them. You know what I mean? And they can put on a face and say, "Oh, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me." But it does matter, right?
There's a very good so Gary Vaynerchuk's one of my favorite entrepreneurs I follow. He put up a great video. A guy asked him a question on the street. He said, "Hey Gary, what's wrong with these Twitch streamers that have 0 viewers? What are they doing wrong? The ones that are doing for a year, 2 years, and they're still not going nowhere." He straight away said, "They're providing no value to someone." So if you're not providing value, because this is what Twitch is. You're providing entertainment. You are the product. You are entertaining someone. And I'm not talking about comedic. There's people out there who are, very introvert. They're just very good at explaining stuff. They may be like a really good speedrunner. They might just be like got super game knowledge. Then you got the comedian type of personality. Then you got the attractive female personality. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Then you got
that's your favorite personality.
Yeah, then you got the booby streamer, and then like there's all these they're providing a service to that person, and people come by and watch. If you're not providing anything, you're going to be on 1 viewer, 2 viewer for the rest of your life. You might get 5 viewers, but there might be pity lurks. So you've got to like we've talked about pity lurks as well. The people that just support, but they're not really supporting the stream. So
yeah,
you got to just be. It's all about perception. It's all about looking at it from a holistic view. Are you entertaining people? Are people coming back to see you? Are they not? They're not hanging around to feel sorry for you. Are they actually there because they enjoy you? You've got to ask these questions. If you can't answer these questions honestly, you're probably gonna, you might be that 1 viewer channel that just stays doing Twitch for a year or two. I've seen them so many times. I see so many people that still say hello to me, and they're still on 1 viewer. And I can tell they're going to ask me I've been asked for advice. I'm like, well, it's not for everybody. So I'm not even that good of a streamer. Like, I sometimes have really bad days where, like, my numbers are terrible, but I don't know. You just can't, like, just gotta be realistic. But anyway, I've got nothing else to say, Pretzel. What about you?
I am just looking up a article. Here it is. Great article. I'll put it in the chat. It's from a couple years ago by The Verge. I read this before I even started streaming. This was like a year or two before I started streaming.
Okay.
Pressure on people to only way to be happy is if they're famous, rich. YouTubing, Twitch is a fast track. I guess. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. There's nothing wrong with being a great viewer. Like, Twitch wouldn't exist without having great viewers. You don't have to be a streamer and a viewer. You know what I mean? Just, there's nothing wrong with being a great viewer and not streaming. Not everyone has to stream, and not everyone should stream. And as I said, like, you only know whether you're being honest if you say, "Oh, I'm only doing this for fun," and the numbers don't matter, right? If the numbers matter, if getting a community like that matters, then you need to put in the effort to do it. But also keep in mind, effort and work does not correlate to success on this platform. It just doesn't, and that's the hard truth. It doesn't matter how hard you work; you might not still break single-digit viewers.
And then even when you get to like even when you get to that 20, like each 10 viewers is like the next threshold of like it gets harder and harder. It only starts probably getting easy. Maybe we get to like, I don't know. I can't even tell because I haven't got there yet. But maybe when you get to like, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 viewers, maybe it gets a bit easier. But yeah. And you have to notice viewers that stick around during shitty content. Yeah, absolutely, Psycho-Wiz. I agree with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There are misconceptions. There's little work. Well, there's a lot of people that don't put in the work too.
Yeah.
So it's a weird catch-22. You have to be willing to work, and you have to be willing to put in the work, but also recognize that work doesn't necessarily correlate to success. Mm-hmm. That it's not going to, just because you put in the work and the effort. And this goes along with back to Mocha's original question about spending time and money on it. Just because you spend time and money on it doesn't mean you're going to get success for it. Mm. So I don't know. Do you have any other closing thoughts on it?
No. That's all. You guys can always message me if you got a specific question or something. But yeah, like, I'm a very firm believer in like making sure that your goals align with your core values in life. Because otherwise, if they don't, then you're just not being authentic to yourself. And if you're not authentic to yourself, then you always struggle with stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, be fucking honest with yourself. Like, don't sit there. It's one thing to like give the platitudes to your viewers and be like, "Oh well, the numbers don't really matter. I'm just having fun, etc., etc." No, I'm talking about when you're sitting by yourself and you're looking at your Twitch analytics after you're done streaming, and you're looking at them, and maybe they're lower than you thought or they're higher than you thought. What is your genuine reaction? Do you really care? Do you really not care? You have to be honest with yourself about shit like that. So that's all I got about that.
All right, next topic.
Scrub of the week.
Scrub of the week. Hold up, where's my button? Alright, usually we don't pick out specific people, but this was the most dumbest thing I've seen in a long time. Pretzel, Tell me, who is the scrub of the week?
It is a streamer. His name is Dark Star AU.
I thought it was Dark Viper. Star AU. No, Dark Viper AU?
Dark Viper, yeah, Dark Viper, sorry.
Alright, and Pretzel,
I was looking on Twitter. I was looking on Twitter, and I was like trying to find his Twitter profile just to be able to like read his tweets and shit. And I forgot the name of him. My bad. Bad.
So tell me, what is so bad about it? What makes him a scrub?
So, well, you probably have more context because you were watching
all right.
stream, right?
So, all right,
so you should explain.
Okay. So anyway, so this partner stream named Papier, he got to do a collab stream with a few other viewers. They were playing. Do you guys know the game Among Us? It's a very fun game that just recently, it's not recent, it's been out for a couple of years, but it's just blown up. It's become like the new big thing. Everyone's enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. What's the best way to describe Among Us?
It's a social deduction game.
Game.
So there's been So one of the things that I do outside of games and movies is I do play a lot of board games.
Okay.
And there's been a ton of social deduction board games like this before.
Okay.
There's ones like Spycraft, Werewolf, Mafia, Resistance, etc. So basically, it's a video game version of one of those social deduction games.
Yep. Cool.
Where you have everyone's trying to complete goals, but amongst the crew are people that are trying to sabotage.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Space Def Cluedo.
You try to figure out who the people are that are trying to sabotage, and you try to get them out of the party in order to succeed. If they kill off everyone or prevent the like real crew members from completing their job, then they win. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So basically, it's a fun game. There's no there's no MMR ranking. There's no ELO ranking. This is not like Dota 2 or League of Legends or Counter Strike. It's just a fun board game that you play with your friends. Sometimes it gets a bit heated. It's about sussing out people who lie or not. It's a lot of fun. Now, what makes this guy a scrub? Oh my! So anyway, I was watching Papi Eric's stream, partner stream. If you had never heard of him, he got to do a collab stream with 9 other viewers, all big streamers as well. Dark Viper was the biggest streamer on that stream. He had, I think he has like 1,000 viewers or whatever. He's a huge streamer, really big presence in that. And when I was watching the stream, I just heard in his tonality how angry he was that no one was playing the game correctly. And do you know that saying, it's just a game? It was not just a game to him. This was his way of life. And, you know, maybe he was just having a bad day. I don't know. It happens, man. Sometimes we take things a bit too seriously. Some people take, you know, things seriously someday. Maybe they'll calm down. Anyway, he was angry because people were laughing. People were having fun. People were not playing it the correct way. Some people didn't know how to do certain tasks. Some people didn't know... some people don't know how to do certain actions in the game. So it felt like it was him, people were ruining his gaming experience. And the sad thing is, if you're playing a game like this where you're like superior to everybody else, shouldn't you use your knowledge to like screw people? Because I've played like poker against people who didn't know the rules, and like I just, you know, I wasn't being rude to them, but I just, you know, I beat them because I knew how to do sneaky tactics to win poker. So like, why would you just not just do sneaky tactics to win the game easy? Like, it's like, if you're that intelligent in the game. But anyway, he spent the whole stream, and he basically dropped out the stream as well quickly because he wasn't having fun. He hated the people, and he went on a huge run on his Twitch channel saying how bad everyone is, what a terrible experience it was. And it was just like the most juvenile...
Just to interject, he deleted the VOD too.
Oh, why would you delete the VOD then? I only ever delete VODs if I say something bad. So is that admission of guilt that he was being an idiot? Oh, and the biggest crime, yeah, he had a muscle shirt of no muscles. That actually annoyed me the fuck out of me the most.
I take a personal offense to that. I wear muscle shirts and I have no muscles.
Yeah, but you got the top on to hide the muscles.
Yeah, I do.
Until you do the curls, you need to get some curls done. But it was just like,
I'll do cheese curls.
But it was just like the most like juvenile thing I ever saw in my entire life, and I was just like, you know, like when people play Monopoly, and there's always that person. That's always that one person that takes Monopolies. Like, you just know if you beat them, they just get upset and angry, and you just never invited family dinners again. He was that guy. And, like, imagine, like, how... As a smaller streamer, you'd be pretty excited that you got to play Among Us with this supposedly huge, famous streamer out there, right? And you're like, oh, cool, you know, this is like an opportunity. And, like, yeah, you might have not played the game before. Maybe you're a bit nervous. Maybe a little bit, like, awkward. But, like, you go, oh, wow, this guy's playing with us? This is so cool. And then guess what? He ends up being like an absolute arsehole. And he just makes the game unfun. And that's just like, that's just so bad. And like, it's just, who does that? Who takes games that seriously? Like, who makes a fun... And like, you know what? I would only defend him if it was a set ranked system. Like, if there was a ranked system of Among Us where like, and there's a prize pool on the line, like a fucking $1,000 prize pool, whoever's the best person at the end gets it. Yeah, maybe I'd be a bit more serious than that, but this is literally just for fun. All you lost is a bit of time, and his ego got hurt. Like, what a freaking baby. And it's just an embarrassment. Pretzel, tell me the tweets. Tell me what he's done.
Oh yeah, so I got some tweets. Oh, we got some hot tweets from him as well.
Okay, tell me.
This was from 16 September.
Okay.
Quote, Didn't realize Among Us had a stat screen. Here's my stats. Wins for crew, 57%. Wins for imposter, 65%. And here it is. Times where it was my fault I lost, 0%. Good to have some confirmation from the game itself.
Who does that?
It's a social deduction game. There's no skill in the game. Here's the thing. So it happens in the board game community all the time too. Especially when it comes to social deduction games. If people are familiar in the board game community or play board games like Resistance, Werewolf, shit like that, any of those kind of games.
Yeah.
There's always people that like basically create a meta that doesn't exist. They're basically trying to create a meta out of social interaction, which is just dumb. It's the fucking like pickup artist of game, basically.
You know what this guy is? He's probably the guy that originally played Smash Brothers on 64 and went, Final Destination, no items, let's go. He's probably that guy who created it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then here's another tweet, somewhat related. This is from 18 September. Looking for a person or two who feels up to attempting to edit Among Us for me. Many of the people who currently help me with editing don't know the game! They don't understand this hardcore game Among Us.
Imagine like
it's so hard. It's such a hard game to understand.
Imagine like being that like negative about other people. It's like you don't understand the game, so you can't edit it. You are just inferior.
I know.
Is there any other more dumb tweets? Was that it? Please tell me.
Those were the two big ones. Those were the two big ones that I found.
Oh my god! But he's just he's just a spud.
It's just, yeah. And I mean, this goes to like just alpha nerd bullshit in general. Just like, and it's so dumb. It's like, you're going to latch your ego and shit onto a social deduction, basically just a party game. It'd be like, oh, I'm a hardcore Jackbox player.
Yeah.
And these guys don't understand how to play. These guys don't understand how to play Quiplash. These guys just don't understand Quiplash.
Mention the VIP badges. What was the VIP badge story against like a whiz? Is it that he bribes his viewers with VIP badges so they could stay around? Is that what it was? I forgot.
Oh yeah, and anyone that's familiar with the situation, feel free to interject with additional content that maybe we missed.
Yeah, wasn't someone said something about the... Oh, it doesn't matter. Or if someone can link it to me or just let me know. So yeah, it's just like, imagine like Among Us has been like such a fun experience to play. It's just a bit of fun. It's easy to do. It's easy to pick up. It's a lot of fun. You know, sometimes people get a little bit sour if like, you know, there are some people who take Among Us a bit seriously, but it's just like, it's ridiculous that there's people like this. And like, imagine being that big of a streamer, that famous, internet famous, and just having no like self-respect. Like, he's not freaking Kanye West. He's not Elon Musk. He's not creating some amazing bit of art. He's just some guy who just played a game and he's just a sore loser. He just doesn't know how to have fun. It's just pathetic. I even like even just talking about it, I was just like, I was in shock. I was playing this, like, the worst thing was, like, I was playing Devil May Cry 2, which is easily one of the best games ever made in the history of the world. And people came to my stream and told me what an idiot I was. And I had to pause my great game of Devil May Cry 2, best game ever made, to watch all these stupid stuff that he's been putting up. And it was just like, it hurt my head. It was just like, what is this guy doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, how did he, like, we talk about, you know, don't step on people's toes and stuff like that, but this guy, like, I'm pretty out there. Some people say I'm very confrontational and thing, but like, I don't think I've ever done that where I've like made someone feel that inferior because they played the game incorrectly. Like, I always say, like, sometimes I might say Dark Souls, like, I think you should play it solo, single player melee weapon, but if you're not good at the game, it's always, you know, you can always play it co-op, or you can always play co-op or with a friend, or, you know, there's easy ways to play it, but like, I'm still not going to judge you for it. Like, just play the game how you can to learn it. But this is Among Us, man. It's a party game. And I can't, there's a stat screen as well. It's just, whatever. Like it just like my head hurts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
it's
and,
just
and look, and if you, Dark Viper, if you ever watch this video, I don't know if you ever will because you probably think I'm just some loser anyway. Um, it's only a game. Why do you have to be so mad? It's just a video game. It's like, dude, shut up. Organize a tournament. Organize a tournament. Put your money where your mouth is. Organize a tournament. Let's go. I don't. You know, I'm not even that good at Among Us, but if there's money in the line, I'll take it seriously if that's what you want, and invite your hardcore friends. Go do a tournament. See who's the best player. This is like
it
it's
just.
just dumb.
I think it speaks. I think it speaks. I think it speaks volumes that he felt like unable to play the game when playing with people that are actually having fun, laughing, have social skills, enjoy each other's companies. You know what I mean? And not just like people that just suck its dick. You know what I mean? Like that's the big thing. Like it speaks volumes that he was not able to have fun or play the game right when people are having fun. You know what I mean? It's just fuck him.
Yeah, it's
Just fuck him.
it's just it's embarrassing. People say I'm immature. This guy makes me look like I'm the most mature human being in the history of the world. Yeah, I don't get it. Like honestly, like I genuinely feel sorry for him. Like I really hope he gets help. That he understands that it's just a game, that he's not playing for money. There's no freaking hidden MMR bracket, ELO. There's no bronze rank, silver rank, gold rank Among Us League. If there was, go for it, dude. Get that Grandmaster ranking. Become top 200 player in North America or Australia, where you're from. But like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's it.
So do we want to expand this? So we're kind of going through our segments a little quick here. Do you want to expand this to just alpha nerds in general?
No, I reckon that's another because there's all specific behavior. But basically, he's a bit of an alpha nerd right now. Just like alpha nerd is a negative connotation because it implies that you act superior because you establish yourself as an alpha, but it's in a nerdy thing where no one would really even care or look twice at you saying, to say that he's just oh my god, my head hurts, honestly, it hurts. He's got a Reddit page too. Oh damn, that's poggers. That's hella poggers. The DVD community love this streamer. Find out why after the break. It's kind of like, yeah, he's kind of like DVD, isn't it? That community's terrible. No, Pretzel, I've got nothing to say. I'm happy to move on to the next topic because this guy's he's making me like. I was just like in shock. I was like in shock when I saw these clips. I was like, Jesus Christ. And the fact they deleted the VOD, what does that mean? It means he knows he's acting like an asshole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did you see what Psycho said?
No, what
Someone was new to the game and didn't know you could kill one with 3 left. Dark Viper went on a tirade and banned him from his channel because he didn't win.
¿Qué pasa? That is dumb. That is dumb.
Oh. Okay. Should we move on to something positive?
Yeah, let's move on. This guy's dumb.
All right. Let's do a streaming topic.
Streaming topic? Oh no, let's play the intro. Nice stinger, by the way, pretzel. Looks really good, guys. If you want some more delicious pretzel effects, hit him up. You can find him. You can message him. He does a good job. Give him that money. He does a really good. He did the chili dog. Look how beautiful all these like layouts does. He's got that sweet blue moon rose right there in the corner. It's just a good stream. But anyway, streaming question. Let's go.
All right. The streaming topic is, let's end on something positive. Okay. What is something streamers have done or can do to convince you or viewers to stick around? What are some positive things streamers have done to encourage you to stay and become a part of a community, et cetera, et cetera? Basically, like, what are some, you mentioned like kind of like
I call it micro behaviors.
Yeah, micro behaviors, like little things that streamers do. And this is a general open question to everyone. To that, like, so like there's streamers that are just like nice and ask you questions and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and there's some streamers that like build success just based on that. And more power to them, I guess. But I guess I think we're talking about other things like that than that, right? Other than just being nice and asking questions.
Okay. Oh, they're saying that my audio is off. That they can only hear me on one side. Mono sound. Oh shit. I don't know how to fix that. I haven't changed anything in my settings or anything. Maybe it's a Discord setting or something. If it's a big deal, guys, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just continue on because I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, so in regards to micro behaviors, I'm just trying to think. Take involvement, don't ignore. Okay, cool. So Admiral, just be cool, more likely to be followed and come back if they're approachable, interact well. Okay, cool. Am I right? Oh, stop, guys. Oh my god. Weird, I can only hear Fox in one earphone? How does that work? It sounds a bit weird. I don't know how to fix it. Is we set to the right ear? Maybe in OBS, you reckon? So, Press, you just want to go on while I try and look at the settings?
Sure. Okay. Well, Psycho Wiz has something else to add to the previous discussion. In his heavily edited apology YouTube video, he literally says, "I know I should have banned you from the game, but banning you from my stream might have been too much." All right. Let's see. Honestly, streamers that are honest about what they are and what they stand for, they've done bullshit around. That's what makes me stick around. Yeah. So, I mean, there's plenty of streamers that I see that like get by with success with just being nice and asking questions.
Okay.
And that seems to be all they do.
Okay.
And they seem to build success off of that. And
Okay.
I don't know about you, but that doesn't interest me as a viewer. You know what I mean?
I do like something a bit more spicier.
Yeah, and like so like just like and I'll be honest, I don't watch people that are like that. Just people that are nice and ask questions doesn't interest me. You know what I mean? How many streamers do that? I know I'm looking for people that like so I'll use you as an example, Fox.
Okay.
So the reason why I stuck around with you is because
what did I do?
Because you, number one, your community is very awesome. Number two, your community was very welcoming of me. Three, you were one of the first streamers that I saw that like was, as you like to say, spicy, but you weren't being toxic. You weren't being offensive, quote unquote. You weren't like just saying shit to rile people up just to be controversial or anything, right?
Okay.
You were speaking your mind. You were making jokes that were funny to you and to other people, and you were doing it in a way that people were with you on the joke, so to speak. You know what I mean? And I've mentioned this before that like kind of the turning point for me with streaming where I kind of turned a corner and kind of developed my personality more was after I started watching you more and watching and being a part of your community, because that convinced me to show my personality more, to share my opinions more, to just not like
follow the status quo. Not to give to give God of War 10 out of 10 just because everyone else gives it a 10 out of 10.
Right. Well, so like if someone is acting like an idiot, then not just kind of being like, oh well, I really could use the viewer, so I'm gonna just ignore it or I'm gonna laugh at it. You know what I mean? So like there was an instance yesterday where someone came in to my stream and they made it was like a Simpsons joke.
Yeah.
And like I just didn't read it. I didn't do anything. And they like tried to like basically like pull me into the joke. They're like they were like, you know, oh well, do you guys watch The Simpsons? I'm like, yeah, I've watched The Simpsons since I was a kid. And they're like, oh well, then you would understand my joke. And I said, oh no, I understand the joke. I just didn't acknowledge it because it's not funny. I didn't want to embarrass you.
Damn. Admiral Wiggs said, I was going to stream, I would say hello, no one says hi to me 99% of the time. See, Admiral, you know, sometimes I suffer from, I have really bad paranoia that I piss people off, because I do piss people very easily, like, it's just part of my life, I guess. But like, I've had people come to my stream, say hello, and I think I said hello, I don't remember, and then that person just disappeared, and I'm like, oh shit. And I've messaged, you can go to my Twitch whispers. I've whispered people, I'm like, did I say hello to you? I'm really sorry if I did. Like, I was just, you know, that's the thing I always get worried when the chat moves too quick. Which is one of the benefits of having a quiet stream, is that you can actually engage with everybody. But yeah, but yeah, it's just like, so that's why I'm big, and that's why I always tell all my mods, I can have the chat ignore me if the stream interacts well. Yeah, that's fine, Thunder. That's why I just say to mods, to my mods specifically, and I do encourage anyone that ever asks me for advice, that always just get your mods to like greet people in, because sometimes if we do miss people, it's really hard. We're only a human. It's hard to play, especially if you're playing something like Vanquish, and you're trying to concentrate on beating the game, and then you've got people coming in the chat, and you're like, oh shit. So like, always, I'm a big believer like getting the mods to say hello to people. But yeah, that's just a basic thing. That's very basic. Hi chat, sorry, not you, mate. Oh, no, it's all good, Admiral. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, for me, like, I really enjoyed. For me, I'm really into game knowledge and shit, because like I'm very knowledgeable at games. I guess I don't know if you guys know that about me, but like I've played too many games, so like my knowledge base is insane. So like I get really excited when I go into someone's stream, and they just know what they're talking about. So for example, Game Tracks and Crash Retro Live, what his name is, I forget his name. But like when I go into the stream, they're just so knowledgeable in games. Like you can bring up a game, they know it, and they can talk about it. And if they don't know about it, like the amount of times someone's come to my stream and said, "Have you played this game?" I'm like, "I've not heard of that one," and I get excited because I get excited seeing a brand new game I've never seen before. Because for me, playing games is like an opportunity to find the next masterpiece. I don't sit around and be like, just because IGN gave God of War a 10 out of 10 means it's the best game ever. Because I truly believe there's one game out there that no one has played. Me, you, everyone in the chat. That's no one's played. That could be easily the best game ever, but we will never find it. And I want to find that game. I found a few indie games that like no one's played, and I think they're great. So yeah, to me, like when I go to a stream, if I feel like
Ghost of Tsushima.
Shut up. But like so it's really exciting to see someone who's like super passionate about games, not just play games because they're just doing Twitch, but like actually someone who's like, you can just tell they've played so much and they just want to share their knowledge with people, share them how much cool shit there is out there, that they don't just buy whatever's on the top shelf. Like I think that's really big important to me. Marvel's Avengers, no, shut up, Afro. Taking a genuine interest in people's lives, remembering things about your viewer, and yes, Cass, absolutely. I think Duo is probably the best at that. He's pretty good at like knowing what people are up to, or like what they have to do that weekend. Like say if he says something he had to do on Friday, and the Sunday stream comes up, he'll probably usually he's pretty good at memorizing what you did. So that's pretty cool, and I'm pretty decent at it too. I usually know where people are from, and that's why I always ask people what they do. That's why I ask people where you're from, what they do, and that, just so I can get a bit more like, yep, cool. Because I don't. To you people aren't, you're not just Tom the Unseen. You're not just This Is Cass. You're not This Is Mocha the Vampire. You're not Afro Thunder. You're not Ink Slime. You are a person that has a hope, a dream, interests, dislikes, something specific. So for example, Tom the Unseen, he's a model, in case you guys don't know, but he makes music, and he's really good at making music. This is Cass. He has a really lovely beard, and he plays dystopian games, which I always make a joke about. It's an inside joke between me and Cass. Mocha the Vampire is insanely good at games. Insanely. It makes me look like a shit gamer. Afro Thunder, he likes Marvel's Avengers. But I appreciate that he came to my stream when I played Huntdown, and he played the game due to my recommendation, and he absolutely loved it. Ink Slime, he's just a really happy chappy. Somewhere around here. No, it's like, I'll read that personally. So yeah, you remember my intro. Exactly, I do. Pixie, she's just such a friendly and just a sweet person that always like makes sure that you're having a good day, and then you're always just there chilling. So yeah. Anyway, Pretzel, you go. I'll read this comment that Psycho was sent me.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, Slappy Jack. He has a boner.
He has a very large penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I always look for streamers that actually have, because here's the thing.
Everyone's got their own interest.
Yeah. So being nice is not a personality to me.
No, it's not.
Just being nice is not a personality to me. So I always look for people that actually like are willing to share their opinions, people that are willing to not just like placate, and like nothing annoys me more than when I go into a stream and like someone makes a shit joke or like something like that, and the streamer just like, you could tell like they don't really find it funny, but they just pretend like it's funny. Like they're just placating the viewers basically. And I don't want to be placated, because you know what that makes me feel like? It doesn't make me feel like I'm special or anything. It makes me feel like I'm just another viewer that you're placating. You know, like
Yeah.
if I say something dumb, tell me that I said something dumb. If I say something genuinely funny and you laugh at it, then I want like genuine reactions. I want genuine connection, you know? And just I tend to stay away. I tend to watch streamers that I feel like I get like genuine reactions and genuine connection from on that in that front.
Yeah, for like when we were talking about micro behaviors again, um, when I go into a stream, if I feel like I love having discussions, that to me that's the most important thing because I do not believe a game can get a 10 out of 10. I think there's always something to improve. There's always different theories in that, but I love a streamer that can actually have a discussion that you can just be like, "Hey, I played this game. What do you think?" And they say, "Yeah, I liked it." And then they go into an actual description of why they liked it, why they didn't like it, hits and put. That to me is like interesting. So like when I see streamers like that, so what attracts me to a stream is one who's just super funny. So that's like Pretzel. I laughed that hard on stream today. I started crying. What were you laughing at, Pugapilla? Pugapilla, sorry, I keep saying your name wrong. And then you've got what's it called? Then you've got stuff like yeah, like streamers who are just knowledgeable. So I feel like if I watch them, I'll get to at least learn something about gaming. And then I like to see streamers who try different games. I can't stand watching the same streamer who plays the same stuff everyone else plays. I like to see different stuff. So that's what I find interesting. And I think a welcoming community is super important. It is sometimes awkward when you go into a new stream because sometimes people do have inside jokes and that, but you should always just give someone a chance. Like the amount of times that's why I always tell people off when people raid me and they follow me, I'm like, you shouldn't follow me because I might be the worst streamer ever. And you just wasted your time hitting that follow button. So yeah,
Oh god.
we were talking about what we would ask our generals if they spoke back. What? What?
Mine would probably say stop being so abusive.
Just stop slapping it.
Stop slapping me around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the thing is, like, for me, it's like I want a streamer with an actual personality. Like I said, being nice is not a personality. Just asking me questions and remembering things about me is not a personality.
Okay.
I want it. So here's the thing. Like, I want to see like what a streamer is like if there's no chat interaction, or if like,
that's
you know
a
what I
good
mean?
one.
Or
Yes.
if all of a sudden like they just can't read chat, can they create meaningful content? You know what I mean? And I know that that's kind of a weird thing to ask because, you know, part of the Twitch experience is interacting with chat and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like, can you create meaningful content with like a slow chat, or where you're not just bouncing back and forth off of like 20 viewers chatting with you at the same time?
Yeah.
Because think about like the bigger streamers whose chat moves so fast they can't keep up with it, and they still manage to be entertaining. That's the threshold, right?
Yeah, that's the next level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the threshold.
I don't know if you guys have been on Pokimane. That's like me. Like if you watch something like Pokimane or like Doctor Disrespect. Sorry, I'm not saying his name.
Don't say that name.
Doctor something, and then someone else, a ninja as well. That chat is just going. Brrr, you can't. So you've still got to be an entertainer without connecting with people. That's part of the challenge. So, well, that's my thing. When the chat dies to me, I just sing songs. So there's a reason why I keep singing Bog Snacks and all that. I don't know. I just like singing. Even though I'm not very good at singing. Being on no Pugaply, not that. Time issues. Love my stuff. Follow then change. Yeah, time issues, guys. So yeah. What I was gonna say, is there any streams you guys watched? Kind of bugging, don't make me sing it. There are a few big streamers I follow. You just get lost in shuffle. Correct. So yeah, like, is there maybe sometimes a streamer you enjoyed, or you enjoyed for the first day or two, you came back 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but then afterwards you left because they did something. Like that could be like an opposite question, because I always like to think of what's the good things people do, but what are the bad things that people do. So then that way we could probably bring it out in the open, and then maybe we can help people get some advice, and maybe I can improve myself, maybe Pretzel can improve himself, maybe someone else in this chat might be like a more micro behavior they're doing wrong. So yeah, feel free to drop them in as well. I had a message from Psycho Wiz. I won't mention the streamer's name he was referring to, but some people who just take Twitch too seriously, like as in this is a job, and they're all employees. Okay. So yeah, that's a thing. You've got to make sure Twitch is fun, because at the end of the day, this is how I always view Twitch. I always keep saying it's a busking environment, But the other thing is, like, people have lives. Some people are sad. Some people are happy. Some people, I don't know, got some bad news that day. Some people are doing this. Some people, they come to Twitch to have fun. Most people. There are some idiots out there. So if they come to a stream and you got a streamer who's just like going, why is no one giving me attention? Why does no one doing this? Why does no one that? Imagine, like, if you had a bad day in work and you just scared that person, get that person to come, like, that person's going to come in and have a negative experience about you. He's going to think, wow, this guy takes this too seriously. I'm already having a bad day. This guy's just made my day worse. I'm going to get another streamer now. So yeah, it's always really important to make sure you actually have fun doing what you're doing. When my chat dies, I keep talking about the game. It works most of the time. Yeah, basic strategy. Always good slappy. Yeah, you never. It's like, I've been in a stream when it's been really quiet, and you still kept it going, so which is really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the chat dies, before you close the SFX, I like that. Carpe me going bubble, 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 jump, jump, bubble. That's kind of funny. I'm in a partner streamer called Papi Eric. You may have heard of him. I've never heard of him. He's super responsive, friendly to me, and his personality and his response keeps coming back, which is rare for a partner streamer. Yeah, he is a partner.
Very, very rare for a partner streamer.
Yeah, he's two partner, too furious. Slappy, you laugh, does it? Yeah, Slappy's laugh's really funny.
Yes.
I started talking to myself, made myself look insane. Yeah, that's alright. So yeah, think about, like, all the negative strategies, negative micro... Because remember, guys, some of these little behaviors that we do, we aren't aware of it. Like, we are only human. And the reason why some people succeed in life quicker than others is because they have that perception that they can notice these behaviors, or they have a team of people that'd be like, hey, I've noticed this about you. Do you mind fixing that so we can be better? And I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. Correct, Mrs. Lone Wolf. And if you've seen it, then you know you have to go. So it's important that if you're friends with a streamer and you feel like their content has been declining, be a bro, be a friend. If they don't take your advice, that's on them. But at least say something. And I'm always very appreciative when people give me feedback, because I don't know.
Same.
I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I don't fucking know. I offend people all the time. This is me. I don't have a filter. I just do my thing. But yeah, like, it's always, like, nice to see when people come back. I think it's the biggest honor when someone brand new comes to your stream. No one knows what they're exactly Pug Replier. Feedback is great, absolute. I would pay $3. So I think it's super important that I think when you're at the level when a brand new person comes to your stream who doesn't know anything about you and they hit that subscribe button, I think that's when you know you're doing something right, because that's a lot of balls to get to some. Because I've never subscribed to someone day one. I'd fucking never do that. But like, no. I think that's when you get to that threshold, when you're starting to get to that good level. But then it's hard to maintain that community, because I always keep saying Twitch is like a sieve. That so water goes into this bucket and there's a hole in it. That hole is people just leaving due to life, stuff like that. But if you're an arsehole, you got a big hole with water just coming out, and your water's going in and water's coming out. But if you're not an arsehole, you're engaging, you got a personality, you got this, and this. Then there's like people still leave streams just due to life and whatnot. But like, if it's leaking out slowly, then yeah, then you can start growing, and then you can become a partner like Papi Eric. Pretzel, anything to add?
No, not really. I mean, to kind of mention what Psycho Wiz talked about, like, it kind of goes back to what I mentioned earlier, that like, you'll really get an idea of what kind of a streamer that streamer is
when the times are tough.
When times are tough. Exactly. Yep. You'll know them.
The real
times
person.
Are tough. You'll get an idea. Yep. You'll see, right? Like, you'll see, like, if you go back and watch their VOD, are they still making content or are they not? Right? Yeah, that's all I have to say in regards to that.
Yeah, because we all have bad days.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, even technically today, I had a really slow start. But thanks to Mrs. Midnight Emmy for the raid to help me get over the line. But at the end of the day, I didn't care, because I was in my freaking Mario Galaxy trance. I don't know, guys. My brain just goes in this weird, like, Mario Galaxy, get the star. I'm just obsessed with it. I don't know why. I fucking love it. It's because I wasn't on. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Actually, Tom's really good at bringing me out. But yeah, like I think it's really important that um, it's really important that we can help each other out. Um, it's really important that we all help each other out. To get to the path of success. And obviously, if you're just a viewer or a mod or whatnot, always be kind. And always, because some people don't know why they're a good streamer. This is an actual issue. A lot of people have an imposter
That's
syndrome.
a great point. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know if they're a good streamer or what makes people. I get really weirded out when people like my channel and stuff. Like, why? That's the first thing I say because I'm very negative about myself, so I don't know why people follow my stream. Considering like I have a habit of offending people very easily, so like it's always like very it's very nice when you hear positive feedback from people or why they're very descriptive of why they like someone. So
Yeah. So to add on to that, like feedback is great, especially if someone's doing something wrong and you want to correct behavior, then definitely give them feedback. But in line with that, like success, in my opinion, is not just about correcting bad behavior. It's about leaning into good behavior and building on good behavior and good techniques and things like that. And so, like, if someone's doing something right, please let them know that they're doing something right so that they can keep doing it, you know? Because, like, ideally, if you give someone feedback and you're coming from a place of good intention and the feedback is delivered in a way that is meant to be constructive, right, and helpful, they'll take that, they'll use that, or they'll at least consider it, and maybe they won't apply it, but they'll at least keep it in the back of their mind, right? But on top of that, if someone's doing something right, let them know that they're doing something right so that they can keep doing it. Because I know that I don't know about you, Fox. I'm the kind of person that, like, I am always constantly trying to do better than I was before.
Yeah, that's me.
In one way or another. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big. And a lot of times I rely on my own introspection to figure out what works and to build on it. And I get a lot of feedback externally for what doesn't work. And I try to correct that. But I'd like to be able to personally get feedback on what does work so that I can keep building on it. And I think that that's just as important.
I think once you get your house and proper set up, you won't scare away people. I don't think my room scares people away, but it's just unfortunately I live in a ghetto house. But it's like it was hopefully end of this year. I'll finally have my own house. And Tom, I remember his viewer and asking why you here, and I think he responded, wait for you to give him no, Tom, I'm not doing the chocolate breeding 5%. It's boring. I'll do anything to never do the chocolate breeding. That's the most boringest thing I've ever done in any game. Not fun. Oh my god. But yeah, if you guys have more stories now, I feel like this is a good question. I feel like this is a good question to ask yourself. Maybe like we could bring this question up maybe like in another 2 months' time, when people have a bit more. Because I reckon right now some people probably aren't thinking of it, but like I reckon actually this is I guess homework to you audience members, PC2's models. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, Psycho Wiz. If start thinking about why do you watch the streamer, why do you watch Pretzel, why do you watch me, why do you watch this person, why do you follow them, why do you subscribe to them? Ask yourself this. And then like start thinking about it, and then start thinking about it in the context of when you meet new streamers or stuff like that, when the stream quality starts to drop down, and then go from there. And then when you go to, and then like maybe in 2 months' time when we might ask this question again, at least people would be like, you know what, I actually had a good think about what I like and what I don't like, and then go from there, and then that way we can become better.
And also take some time every now and then to tell the streamer those things. Like, actually tell them, like, just a short message in Discord or something like that. It can be a little awkward while someone's streaming. Like, I know I get a little awkward about, like, if someone gives me, like, a big compliment in my chat while I'm streaming, like, to read it out loud and stuff like that. It's embarrassing. I appreciate it nonetheless. But even just a quick, like, personal message being like, hey, I really appreciate your content, this stuff, etc. So that way they know what they're doing. They know what works and what isn't working, right? Because at least I know, like, me personally, I can be very hard on myself. If I feel like I'm stagnating, or I feel like, maybe like a certain week is a little slower than others, I can get really hard on myself and wonder, am I doing something wrong? Do I need to
I'm
correct
like that
something?
pretty badly.
And like it's one of those things where like I can even just like getting, and I'm not talking about like kissing someone's ass and just giving them a bunch of like, oh, you're a great streamer, you're funny, blah blah blah. Like, try to be specific. Just be as specific as you would if you were giving criticism. Make your compliments as specific as your criticisms would be. That way that we have something to build on. And I'm not just talking about me and Fox. I'm talking about anyone else that you watch. Take the time every now and then to send them a message and let them know what they're doing right and what you appreciate.
There is so much negativity in the world, so just going out your way to be positive.
Be positive.
But like, you know, it's fine. People talk about being positive, but people aren't very good at being positive. Let's just say that. But like, be positive. If you like someone, write something specific that they did that makes you go, I really like this person. They did that. So yeah, just I guess a little bit of tips for everybody. I guess for me, Pretzel for everybody. But yeah, I got nothing else to add.
Well, and it can be especially like if people are lurking and stuff like that, and maybe they're not like actually like chatting.
So guys,
it can be hard to tell. Oh no, it's fine. It can be hard to tell. Am I being entertaining right now? You know what I mean? And so just like even just like Tom like sent a message earlier in chat, like that he doesn't chat much because he's laughing so much at me or something like that. That's very reassuring. That's very reassuring because, like, at least for me, like, so, okay, I was about to send out I deleted the tweet twice in 2 different forms I was going to send out. And this is maybe a topic for another time. That the followers number is the most useless stat on Twitch, in my opinion.
It is.
It just doesn't mean anything. But I was going to, but part of that was going to be explaining that the things that I care about the most is chat activity, just chat activity. And so like if like chat is not super active, regardless of the actual view numbers, it's hard to get like that immediate feedback. Like, and what I mean by that is like, oh, I tell a joke, someone laughs. Okay, I know the joke's funny. You know, I give an opinion and someone responds with, oh, you know, I think this, that. Okay, I'm engaging with someone, right? If people don't give any kind of like feedback in one way or another, either through a chat message or a private message or something like that, it's hard to tell when you're doing something right. Regardless of how confident you are in your capability to do so, like you still need feedback in some way in order to know that you're doing something right.
Absolutely.
And that's
correct.
not to say like, oh, if you're again, it's not to, and I know that like maybe I come across as like shitting on lurkers. I'm not.
No.
I'm just saying that like it's hard as a person that's entertaining people to know that you're entertaining them if there's no feedback.
There's no laughter track.
Yeah, exactly. My only critique is you should update your shout-outs. It doesn't have the same effect whether your video looks like it's 2 years old or 1 year old. But I'm making more of them.
Oh, am I getting a new shout-out video?
Do you want a new one? I liked yours.
Psycho Wiz, is it, do we need to change it? The fact that people are looking at chat, yeah, I know that. I know Ribs. Well, that's the thing. Like, the main goal of Twitch is to become... partner Eric, should I say, put a very good analogy that most people on Twitch are background entertainment. We're the second monitor. You're just there. You're just that you can be the view though. The fact that they want to have you on. Oh yeah,
not in my opinion, not really. How many people pity lurk? How many people have like 20 tabs open of streams just because they're doing it to be supportive and not actually enjoying your content?
Well, I guess there's a difference between pity lurkers and actual people who are lurking because they're watching it and they want you to win. There's a difference. That's what we're trying to point out.
There's a difference between I have you up on the TV while I'm knitting or cleaning.
Yeah.
And I have you as one of 6 tabs open.
I have 6 tabs.
You know?
How many tabs do I go for right now? I don't even know. Can we get good night, Pug? Good night, Pug. Yeah, I guess so. But the main thing is like Poppy has this partner Eric has this really good mindset of like, don't just be second monitor entertainment. Try and aim to be that number one monitor. Obviously, it's not possible all the time. People, you know, I used to watch TV shows while grinding in Final Fantasy, or stuff like that. So, but to push your content to that level where you're the main focus, that's pretty cool. But yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
I guess it's a little tip.
And I know, like, personally, like, I never watch more than 2 streams at a time. I just
I can do 3, but yeah, anything past that, I had to do that. But I do have issues where people stream at the same time, and like I want to have a talk conversation, but I had to do the quiet one chat down, talk to him, quiet that, do that. But yeah, I do my best. I hope that many times between.
Pity lurk equals still numbers. Not to me. I don't care about that.
Do another 2 or 3 times. Yeah. And Pity lurk, yeah, I know what you mean, Sienna. It's all good. Pity lurk's another category of people, but anyway. Do we have anything else? I think because I'm good to wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't think we got any really responses to the initial question. People were responding as we were talking about it
cool. Easy.
So, that's all I have.
All right. So, Pretzel, thanks for being on the show again. And this is what, episode 3?
Thank you, Fox.
Was it episode 3? I keep forgetting. Episode 3?
It's episode 3.
Okay, episode 3. Okay, cool. So it's exciting, yeah, that we've gotten this far. I think we've got to a more comfortable level. Obviously, it'll keep getting improving, and we'll getting it better in that. But yeah, this is the end of the show. This is where we go to the viewer question and answers.